Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here to talk about a set that you suggested, actually. We were doing our only one work by thing, and we were talking about Borodin and the second string quartet. And a lot of you pointed out that he had a really good first quartet and some other chamber music that was really worth hearing. And it is. And it's here. A couple of you actually mentioned this set on Brilliant Classics, featuring the Moscow String Quartet and the Moscow Trio. And this is good stuff, what he finished. I mean, there's always a caveat with Borodin, isn't there? What he actually completed. So what do we get on 3 discs? Really marvelous music. And Russian chamber music doesn't get a lot of attention. There's a huge Brilliant Classics box of it up there, which I have sitting there. I think I talked about it a while back. But here we get, let's see, String Quartet number 1. That is as good a piece as number 2. Nobody gives it any credit. It doesn't get much love. It's a bigger work than number 2. It's a good 40 minutes long. I mean, Borodin really poured his heart into it and created a work on a symphonic scale. It's a major piece of chamber music by any standard, and it deserves to be heard. Alongside the more popular second, which is only about like 20-some-odd minutes, half an hour or so. It doesn't have a huge tune like the Nocturne in number 2, but it has lots of really good tunes, and it's very effectively structured. It's a masterpiece of its kind. So yeah, I recommend both string quartets just as you did, and you were right, and I appreciate you bringing it up, letting me talk about this, because I think it deserves the attention. Make sure that all the discs are welded down. When you shake these things. Disc number 3 was popping out. You see? I knew something was going on there. There we go. It's all okay. The spindles aren't all crushed, and you know how it happens with these things. All right, so then we get the piano quintet in C minor, another splendid piece in 3 juicy movements. And I love this quintet. Again, how many great piano quintets do we tend to think about? And when you think about them, you think about like Brahms. Yes, this is an odd structure. I remember this. I wanted to talk about that. The finale, which is 15 minutes long, and it has 2 preludial other moments, an andante and a scherzo. Let's see. Of course, he probably didn't have a first movement. It's incomplete, like everything else Borodin did. Why not just leave out a movement here or there? But it's a beautiful work. What there is of it, it's quite lovely. You could also flip the movements around if you want to, end with the scherzo. Why not? Who cares? Okay, next, string quartet number 2. Okay, we know about that. The string quintet in F minor, that's a lovely, lovely work. And all 4 movements exist. That's saying a lot. Yay. A beautiful, beautiful piece. Again, in a medium, which was not overly exploited. So, there aren't that many fabulous string quintets out there, and so we should be happy that Borodin wrote one of them. Then there's this Serenata alla Spagnola, because all Russian composers have to write something about Spain, whether they've been there or not. That Glinka got it started with his 2 Spanish overtures, those things. But this is only 2 minutes long, and it's cute. Then we get disc number 3. First, the sextet in D minor, only 2 movements of one, and then 2 string trios. And one of them has just got 1 movement, and the other one has got 2 movements. And then there's 3 movements of a piano trio in D major, which would have been really a marvelous work had he lived to write the whole thing. This one is missing a finale, if my memory serves. Let me make sure I've got that right. Yes, it's missing the finale. It has an allegro, a romance, and then an intermezzo in minuet tempo, after which there is nothing. And that is the problem with Borodin. You have to look around to find the complete works. But the things he did complete, that he really legitimately completed, the 2 quartets, the quintet, well, that's it. The piano quintet kind of works because it ends with the finale. And you can kind of say, okay, it's got a preludial slow movement, then a scherzo, then a big long finale. That works. I would say that works. But it doesn't matter. The music is really, really lovely. He was a truly gifted composer. He just didn't have any time to compose. He was busy being a chemist. And from what you told me, a very good one. I don't know. I never tried any of his formulae. But I assume he knew what he was doing. So yeah, if you want to complete your Borodin collection and just expand your interest in this most frustrating of composers. He was so frustrating. Oh, God. This is a great set to get. It's not expensive. The performances are first rate. The sound is really good. There is nothing not to love. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.